Rights groups have strongly denounced the new legislation in the UK Parliament which allows new bulk spying powers for police and intelligence services. Rights organisations Liberty challenged the legislation at the European Court of Justice, saying that it is incompatible with international human rights law. Meanwhile, Open Rights Group warned the impact of the legislation would reach beyond Britain. American whistleblower Edward Snowden has also denounced the move, saying the UK has just legalized the most extreme surveillance law in the history of Western democracy. The Investigatory Powers Bill forces internet and phone companies to store comprehensive records for a year and hand them over to authorities on demand. The law also allows the government to force phone makers to hack into people's handsets. It is likely to be enforced in a matter of weeks. William Springs, a human rights activist, joining us from London. They might as well just insert chips into people so they know what they're saying, what they're doing, wherever they go. You've got about a minute, William Springs. Your reaction to this piece of news?
Well, nothing is surprising, is it? This is just the way society, Western society, is going, whether it be in the UK or Europe or America. The facts are that there is a grave concern about terrorism among the ordinary public. So the ordinary public are going to back up anything which purports to actually reduce the risk. That means inevitably, surveillance of people's phones. But the question is, what do they do with the information they gain? There is such a volume of information that they can't really do very much with it. It's too much for them to process. And I think the end result will be that no one will be any worse off than they were before. Because we've always assumed in England that the government has the right and will exercise the right to spy on you. No one is free in England in that sense. No one is free to have their own private life. That's out of the question anymore. There was a time when the Englishman's home was his castle and correspondence was protected. There was a right to privacy of correspondence, but now in these days it seems the only type of communication that is actually relatively safe is an ordinary postal letter. All the other methods of communication, you know you're being spied on, you know you're being hacked, and people are very sort of resigned to this society.
Thank you. William Springs, human rights activist there from London.